from New Hanover County Schools Television, powered by students. This is your school news.
Welcome to your school news for the week of Monday, September 23rd through Saturday, September 28th. I'm Gabrielle Allen de Toilmaison.
And I'm Nikki Stepania. Topping our newscast this week, Noble Middle holds Social Media Awareness Seminar for parents. School systems cohort graduation rate exceeds 80%, and DPI replaces NCWise with new home-based software.
Social media dangers and how best to protect students. Social media dangers are numerous, and it's our top story this week. Child pornography videos on Facebook, distribution of wicked links and viruses, and cyberstalking and bullying all continue to be leading news stories. To address this issue, Noble Middle held a social media awareness seminar for parents with special guest speaker, District Attorney Ben David. Covering this big story for us is EJ McGonigal, who's at Noble Middle School, and Hannah Bullock in our newsroom. We start first at Noble Middle with EJ.
For many students in elementary through high school, social networking has become as much of a daily routine as brushing teeth. Here at Noble Middle School, a panel of counselors, social workers, computer experts, and law enforcement officials spoke to a room full of parents about how middle school students are posting material through these new social media channels. Their posts are getting them into trouble, hurting others, and putting themselves in danger. The message was clear from the opening remarks by Assistant Principal David Bastian. Students are vulnerable through social media. Statistics show that 25% of teens admit to posting sexually explicit words or images online, making them prey for predators, while 43% of teens have been victims of cyberbullying in the last year. Panelists told parents that the facelessness of the computer encourages students to say things online that they would never say face-to-face. Principal Wade Smith told the parents in attendance that Noble Middle School wanted to raise their awareness of the various social media being used by students and showcase the latest trends. Cyberbullying took the main stage. Noble's student support team talked about how cyberbullies victimize other students, what the school does to help teach students the dangers of their actions, and finally, how parents can help in this growing world of technology-based behaviors. Parents got a real eye-opener as they were introduced to a host of sites that today's teens are using. These include Vine, Instagram, Ask.fm, social media sites where participation starts innocently enough but develops quickly into worst-case scenarios.
Some of the developers of these apps are developing apps specifically for 13 to 23-year-olds, very young age groups, knowing that they're highly socializing and communicating in ways that they want to get around their parents and leave no trace.
Deputy C.L. Smith gave parents a lot to think about as he pointed out that in the eyes of the law, malicious material on the web has a far greater reach than whispered nicknames, bathroom graffiti, and caricatures scrawled on notepaper. He reviewed several cases, some right here in New Hanover County, of students using the internet to spread false information about teachers as well as students threatening other students with physical harm on Facebook. District Attorney Ben David, the keynote speaker for the evening, told parents that he had been talking to local school students about the dangers of the internet for over a decade. He shared stories about the rapidly changing landscape of technology and the steps the law is having to take to keep students safe from not only themselves, but from those who would prey upon them.
That their children know more about social media than they do, but they know less about life, and they have to remain in charge in their own home. Parents make the best police.
The Social Media Awareness Seminar was a huge first step in introducing to parents a new dangerous form of communication that their children are now involved in. It is hoped that they walked away from the event with a better understanding of the dangers today's social media can pose and will take the time to learn about the sites their children are visiting and communicate with them about good and bad internet decisions. Reporting for your school news is EJ McGonigal.
Noble Middle School learned social networks are the new playground for students. Most of the friending and socializing they do today takes place online. It also provides them with tech skills from an early age. But with all the benefits online socializing brings, it isn't 100% safe. Fortunately, there are a number of things that can be done to help children and adults from falling victim to social media dangers. First off, talk to your kids about the dangers of social networking early on. Go over what is appropriate information to share online and what isn't, and most importantly, with whom. Teach them to avoid conversations with strangers, especially those much older than your kids. How to report abuse, the do's and don'ts of social media and internet etiquette. Next, go through privacy settings together. Set their profiles to private and explain each step, assuring them you're trying to help them stay safe, not snoop or meddle in their business. Third, monitor their online social activity without nagging them. Discuss who they're communicating with and check their computer for cookies and review web links. Make sure all computers have security installed on them to protect them from data stealing malware. Finally, check in regularly to the Facebook Family Center. Since Facebook is the main social network where kids are socializing nowadays, it's highly responsible for the dangers that might threaten its environment. Thus, their Family Safety Center provides a wealth of information and advice to parents, teens, and teachers alike. It is easier to monitor and protect younger children as they use the internet. Older students in middle and high school are more defensive and protective of their privacy. All parents should take time to learn website terminology and language use today. Reporting from the YSN Newsroom, this is Hannah Bullock.
Thank you, Hannah and EJ, for those reports. You can get more on internet safety information and guidelines from the school system's website at www.nhcs.net. Just click on the Parents tab, and there you'll find internet safety resources, a complete list of websites designed to teach children to safely navigate the internet. Also, feel free to talk with the social worker at your child's school if you need additional help or fear your student might be in trouble on a social media site.
In other news from across the district, students at Wrightsboro Elementary started the first day of school with some special guests: Laney's varsity head basketball coach, Nathan Falk, and assistant coach Owens, brought members of the Laney's men's and women's basketball team to greet the Cool Cats on their first day. It was an exciting time for both players and students. Coaches and players greeted the Wrightsboro students as they stepped off the bus, and even had breakfast with them. Once school got underway, Coach Falk divided the players up and sent them into different classrooms on an all grade levels to encourage the Cool Cats of Wrightsboro to study hard and have a great school year. The entire staff at Wrightsboro was delighted to have the Laney team help them get the school year off to the great start.
For the second year in a row, New Hanover County Schools' fourth-year cohort graduation rate has exceeded 80%. Now at 82.4%, the school system continues the upward trend, rising from 73.9% in 2011 and marking an 11.5% increase in 3 years. The district yielded the highest gains for the Students with Disabilities subgroup and the Limited English Proficient subgroup. At 82.4%, NHCS's graduation rate is competitive with the state's rate, 82.5%.
Finally, with the start of the new school year, New Hanover County Schools, in conjunction with the State Department of Education, launched a new student information system, an instructional improvement system called HomeBase. HomeBase replaces the former NCWise. We get this report on the new system from YSN reporter Cassie Williamson.
State Superintendent June Atkinson called the new HomeBase a milestone for North Carolina, featuring benefits to teachers, principals, parents, and students by using better technology tools to support their work and to improve student learning. HomeBase will function as the source for all aspects of student data to meet the needs of school administrators and teachers, but most importantly, students and parents. For students, through the PowerSchool link found in HomeBase gives students access to grades, teacher-assigned learning activities, and assessments. It also gives students the ability to store examples of personal, academic, and artistic work and collaborate with other students on projects.
For students in PowerSchool, they will have a one-stop information system. Within PowerSchool, they will have access to a student portal where they will see their grades, any teacher comments that the teacher has made, any recommendations that the teacher has made, as well as any assessments that they have received.
For parents, the PowerSchool link provides the online portal for viewing their child's attendance record, grades, and teacher assignments. parents can expect greater user friendliness with single sign-on access to student data.
They can see teacher comments based on the reporting periods and assignments for those students. Teachers can actually give a description of an assignment and send a parent to a certain link to help with actual homework and classwork assignments for that student.
Before the first day of school, all district school administrators and teachers were trained in and have access to basic student data such as student schedules, grade books, and attendance records. While this process is a vast transition that will require ongoing training, Homebase is projected to perform more efficiently and offer a broad range of instructional improvement tools to supplement current local tools. Reporting for your school news, this is Cassie Williamson.
Now, when your school news continues, Creed Raston is here with this week's exciting lunch menu forecast.
Plus, Ashley High School's Marine Science Academy is up and running. The program teaches honored with 2 very special awards. We've got a complete report.
This is your school news on cable and online. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
This is a family that was almost fed by neighbors who almost volunteered to help them out. Almost volunteered. When it comes to giving, almost doesn't count.
Welcome back to your school news. Topping the B block of the newscast, National Pond donates instruments to DC Virgo. Ashley teacher honored with Coastal Federation Pollution Award. Passing Stop School Buses law goes into effect in December.
That's right, passing a stop school bus could be a very costly mistake with the passage of North Carolina House Bill 428. If convicted for passing a stop school bus in North Carolina, the law carries an addition of 5 points on your license, a minimum fine of up to $500, and a significant increase in your insurance. Anyone who commits the same crime and additionally hits a person will receive a Class 1 felony and a minimum fine of $1,250. If the driver hits and kills a person, they will receive a Class H felony and a minimum fine of $2,500. Additionally, the bill would allow the Division of Motor Vehicles to revoke the driver's license of illegal bus passers. First convictions could result in the removal of the driver's license for 30 days for the first offense.
Each year, the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction asks each LEA in North Carolina to record the number of times that individuals in vehicles pass a stop school bus. This past year, there were over 3,000 violations on that given day of the 13,000 buses that were on the road. Also during this past year, there were 3 students killed boarding a school bus because individuals ignored the stop school bus with the flashing red lights.
It is not uncommon for motorists to drive recklessly when approaching a school bus. Driving recklessly to get around a school bus that is driving safely not only endangers the motorists, but also the children on the school bus. The new legislation that brings harsher penalties goes into effect December 1st, 2013.
In August, New Hanover County Schools and the North Carolina Coastal Federation recognized Ashley High School Marine Biologist Academy instructor and coordinator with the Pelican Award. We get the report from YSN reporter Namaha McKinney.
On Saturday, August the 3rd, at the Duke University Marine Laboratory in Beaufort, North Carolina, Sandra Selesky, Marine Science Academy instructor at Ashley High School, received this year's Pelican Award for her exceptional dedication to and leadership in coastal environmental education. Her part in launching Students Restoring Community Creeks and NHCS Stormwater Education Program launched Mrs. Selesky into the spotlight.
The goal of the program is for us to very slowly raise awareness of why stormwater running across impervious surfaces adversely affects our watershed in New Hanover County, but also for the students to feel ownership for that learning.
In addition to the Pelican Award, Ms. Zaleski was recently selected as one of only 24 educators from across the nation and Canada to be a part of the prestigious MORI Project. The MORI Project, started by the American Meteorological Society, is a series of training workshops designed to enhance oceanography teacher effectiveness.
It was a tremendously intensive program. We had lectures and labs with U.S. Naval Academy oceanographers 8 to 10 hours a day. Covering subjects as broad as tidal fluctuations, waves, global climate change, multiple aspects in the field of oceanography.
A teacher for 25 years, Ms. Zaleski stresses the importance of linking classroom learning with getting students out into the marshes, creeks, and ocean where they can use their knowledge. She has worked with the Coastal Federation to engage students in oyster and salt marsh habitat restoration and water quality projects, and spearheaded launch of the New Hanover County Schools' first Marine Science Academy. Reporting for your school news, this is Najima McKinney.
As part of his ongoing charitable cause, Bob Moulton, the president of National Pond, presented close to 100 instruments to the music program at DC Virgo Preparatory Academy. In addition, National Pond donated $2,000 for repairs and maintenance of the instruments. This is the second year National Pond has contributed to Virgo. On hand for the occasion was Brandon Hickman, a former New Hanover Wildcat and now station manager of Coast 97.3. He told the students at Virgo that his path to success started in the band room. Hickman was one of the first black drum majors for New Hanover High School's marching band and was able to attend college at Norfolk State University on a band scholarship. The donation of instruments has made it possible for 78 of the 120 total students at the school to be a part of the school's band or orchestra.
Congratulations to DC Virgo, and thank you to National Pond for their support of this dynamic public school.
It's time now for this week's lunch bill of fare. Gone are the days of mystery meat and the crabby hairnet-wearing lunch lady.
Across the county, school lunchrooms have gotten a facelift and a menu makeover.
Creed Rassin, our lunch menu analyst, joins us now with the week's school lunch menu so parents, students, teachers, and everyone working with the New Hanover County school system can plan their lunchtime options.
It's a great week for the lunch. This week's menu features some great new selections as well as some returning favorites. Carolina caviar, steak fajitas, and meatball hoagies are just some of the items featured this week in your school cafeteria, so get ready to get in lines this week because the lunch menu rocks. On Tuesday, September 24th, the menu features 2 entrees for you to choose from: oven-fried chicken with cornbread or a pork chop sandwich. And sides include pasta, salad, collards, succotash, fresh fruit, and delicious jello with topping. On Wednesday, September 25th, you choose between an Italian or a Mexican entree. The menu features lasagna roll-up with a breadstick and steak fajita with peppers, onions, and Spanish rice. Sides include garden peas and chilled pears. On Thursday, September 26th, the entrees include chicken parmesan and a barbecue rib sandwich. Sides include glazed carrots and fresh fruit. On Friday, September 27th, wrap up the week with your choice of popcorn chicken with a meat roll or a meatball hoagie. Sides include carrot sticks and peach crisp. For the weekend, I've got a healthy tip. This weekend, try crunchy vegetables instead of chips with your favorite low-fat salad dressing for dipping. Remember, it's all about eating right. After the weekend, start the new school week off with your choice of tangerine chicken with brown rice or a seafood combo. On side, cornbread, corn, and chilled pineapple. Our school cafeterias have eliminated frying and cut back on fats. Sodiums and sugars all in the menus this year, including more fresh produce, whole grains, and low-calorie snacks. Now taking a look once again at your lunch and entrees for the week, you've got some great selections with 2 great choices on the half-day Friday for traditional and early college high schools. My personal favorite is on Wednesday because I love those lasagna roll-ups. That's this week's lunch menu for the newsroom. This is Creed Rassen. Remind you that one cannot think well, learn well, sleep well if one has not dined well. Welcome back to you.
Thanks, Creed. Don't forget you can also catch the Lunch Bill of Fare during the morning show here on the Learning Network and online at www.nhcs.net/nutrition/menus.htm.
Now don't go away. We've got the look at the first day of school at Parsley Elementary.
But coming up next, we've got the high school sports report with Scott Benke. Scott will keep you updated on the games for this upcoming week.
Your school news will continue after the break.
Yeah. That's it.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
Welcome back to your school news. It's now time for sports with Scott Benke.
And welcome to Sports on Your School News. We are in the 5th week of high school football, and there are some good matchups on tap this Friday night. Coach Eanes and the Ashley Screaming Eagles welcome the Cougars of South Brunswick to their stadium. The Hoggard Vikings are at home facing Topsail High School. Coach Braswell and the Vikings should have an easy win this week. Coach Dietz and the Bucks of Laney are also at home facing the West Brunswick Trojans, while Coach Kevin Motzinger and the New Hanover Wildcats are at home at Legion Stadium as they meet the Pirates of Lumberton. Coach Motzinger had the following to say about the progress of his team.
Defensively, we're still getting, we're banged up right now, especially on the D-line, but we're getting better and better on the defensive line, and still got to get a lot better in the secondary.
Once again, high school football this Friday, September 27th, has South Brunswick at Ashley and Topsail facing Hoggard. West Brunswick visiting Laney and Lumberton at New Hanover. All games start at 7:30 p.m. Then looking ahead to October 4th, there is only one hometown game scheduled, and it's a big one. Hoggard faces New Hanover at Legion Stadium, while Ashley travels to Topsail High School and Laney visits South Brunswick. In other sports, girls JV and varsity volleyball is in full swing, with Hoggard leading the varsity conference, with New Hanover and Laney in the top 5, and Ashley ranked number 6 according to Max Preps as of September 19th. This week, Ashley High School has 2 home games. In a rare Wednesday matchup, the Screaming Eagles face D.H. Conley High School, and on Thursday, again in the Ashley Gym, the Eagles face Topsail Senior High School. Ashley starts the month of October with match against crosstown rival on New Hanover on Thursday, while on Thursday they face arch rival Hoggard. Speaking of Hoggard, their schedule this week includes one out-of-town game and a crosstown face-off. On Tuesday, the 24th, Hoggard takes to the road as they head up to Topsail Senior High School, while on Thursday, the 26th, New Hanover Wildcats come to Hoggard. Both games start at 6 p.m. The Vikings kick off the month of October with just one game against Ashley on the 3rd. In men's soccer this week, the season had a great start, and things are really heating up in the 4A Eastern Conference. The Wildcats of New Hanover had only one game scheduled. Thursday the 26th, they faced the Hoggard Vikings at Hoggard. Laney has 2 back-to-back away games. First, they travel to Jacksonville on Monday the 23rd, and then West Brunswick on Tuesday the 24th. The Ashley Screaming Eagles also traveled this week, but the schedule is a little bit more manageable. On Tuesday the 24th, they go to South Brunswick, and on Thursday the 26th, they visit Topsail High School. All games start at 6:30 p.m. Looking ahead, Laney faces Topsail on October 1st and Hanover on the 3rd. Hoggard starts October with 2 crosstown games. The Screaming Eagles visit Hoggard on the 3rd, and then the Vikings travel to Laney on the 8th. The Screaming Eagles of Ashley kick off October with a trip to Legion Stadium to face New Hanover, and then travel to Hoggard on the 3rd. Hoggard Athletic Director Scott Braswell received the Wells Fargo Cup from Wells Fargo Bank in recognition for overall athletic excellence in conference competition. The Hoggard Vikings have won this award 26 out of the last 28 years. The Wells Fargo Cup has become the symbol of overall sports excellence among high schools in North Carolina. Since 1979, the Cup has gone to the schools which have the best overall interscholastic sports program each of the 4 classifications, 1A, 2A, 3A, and 4A. The program is sponsored by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and one of its corporate sponsors, Wells Fargo. In Cup competition, points are awarded for all sports on the basis of 50 points for first, 45 for second, 40 for third, 35 for fourth, 30 for fifth, 25th for sixth, 20 for seventh, and 15 for eighth. Max Press released a look at the most dominant football teams in the state based on wins and state titles. The report, titled North Carolina's Top 15 High School Dynasties, used computer-generated data of state titles won and strength of schedule to determine the ranking. The school makes the list where Independent High School in Charlotte at number 1, Butler and Matthews at number 2, Northern, Guilford, and Greensboro at number 3, Richmond and Rockingham at 4, Mallow Creek and Charlotte at 5, Charlotte Catholic at 6, the New Bern Bears at 7th, Jack Britt and Fayetteville at number 8, Dudley High School in Greensboro is 9th, Mount Tabor in Winston-Salem is 10th. The final 5 are West Rowan, Reedsville, South Point and Belmont, Crescent Shelby, and Ashley rounds at the 15. That's sports this week, and your school news will be right back.
Yeah, you! Are you the weakest link at your bus stop? Because you don't know the school bus safety rules.
When waiting for the bus, be at the stop on time. Stand well away from the curb. Wait quietly for the bus and for it to come to a complete stop before boarding. Don't crowd your friends getting on or off the bus. Never play or stand in the aisles. Find a seat and sit down.
Safety and the big yellow bus keeps everyone safe and sound.
Welcome back to your school news. We close our program with an exciting first day of school at Parsley Elementary.
Supplies were unpacked, labeled, sorted, and organized. Students participated in a variety of activities to become acquainted with their new teachers and classmates.
Parsley Patriots are already hardworking, learning new things. Kindergartners explored the new mini puzzles, games, building blocks, and other supplies that will help them learn for this school year.
Third graders at Parsley worked on getting to know you activities. Happy 5th grade girls at Parsley organized their binders, and 4th grade students in Miss Taylor's class learned about class rules that will help them be responsible and respectful students.
That does it for this edition of Your School News. Recapping some of our main stories, Noble Middle held a social media awareness seminar for parents. School systems cohort graduation rate exceeded 80%. Department of Public Instruction replaced NCWise with a new home-based software.
Remember, Your School News is on cable and online. And don't forget to start your morning with our light and lively morning show, weekdays at 6 a.m. I'm Gabrielle Allen de Trois-Maisons.
And I'm Nikki Stepanio. On behalf of the entire YSN crew, thanks for watching New Hanover County Schools TV on the Learning Network of the Cape Fear.
Have a great day.